gives me great pleasure to be with you this evening. Thursdays are a very special day for me, simply because I get the opportunity of being with you at this time. If one would ask me what are the greatest moments in my life, I would say it is the times when I gave birth to my 3 children, the times that I had to raise my kids, the times with, I mean, they were not all, you know, great times. There were ups and downs. There were times of anxiety, times of sleepless nights, and amidst all that, it gives you so much joy to see you raise your kids and to see them, you know, grown up and to be responsible citizens. Today we have a guest who's going to talk on how to raise kids. She's the head of the neonatal unit of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital. She's a pediatrician with interest in neonatology. She is Dr. Ramya De Silva. Let's say good evening to Dr. Ramya De Silva.
Good evening, Rose.
It's a pleasure to have you, Doctor, here and talking about neonates, talking about babies, talking about delivery. Today there are loads of children that are born rather underweight or born earlier than full-term, preterm babies, neonatal babies. Is there a particular reason for that, or
I don't think there had been an increase in the number of preterm deliveries, but over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years, we have been providing care for very preterm babies. That's the main reason why we see a large number of babies of, say, from 26 weeks onwards. Now, a term baby would be born at 40 weeks. When they are born before 37 weeks, we call it a preterm delivery. And in our country also...
So even 37 weeks to 40 would be full term?
That's right.
Would be considered as a full term baby?
Yes, yes. So in Western countries from 24 weeks onwards, babies do survive, but in our country, because we don't have facilities to that extent to, you know, make a baby of 24 weeks to survive, we normally put our cut off as 28 weeks. 26 to 28 weeks.
So is your unit constantly full, and do we have the facility? I know the Lady Ridgeway Hospital has your unit, the unit that you are heading, but does the country have the facilities to house and basically give services to neonates?
Yes, over the last 10 years, I would say that all the base hospitals had been given a neonatologist or a pediatrician with special interest in neonatology to look after these special care baby units. And also there are places like Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Sirimau Bandaranayake Hospital, Karapitiya Hospital. These centers, you know, act as very, you know, highly specialized neonatal units. So whenever a baby is born in a periphery where there are no facilities for the baby to be looked after in that unit, they are being transferred to a place where there are facilities for ventilation and to provide other care.
Let's talk about what parents need to know, mothers need to know, you know, aspiring mothers. There are grandmothers who are waiting to, you know, basically take care of their children's babies. What is it that we need to know about when we talk about neonates and also, like, you know, infants?
You mean caring for a newborn?
Yes. Or a neonatal care.
Yeah, if they are born at term, then there's no issue. Soon after birth, the baby is given to the mother, and mother can breastfeed, and baby is able to, you know, do everything without any problem. But when they are being born prematurely, then they have to be looked after in a center where there are facilities to provide ventilation if the baby develops any respiratory difficulty. And also they have to be given tube feeds, because if a baby is born before 32 weeks, it's unable to suck on its own. Sucking reflex normally develops around 34 weeks. So any baby who is less than 34 weeks have to be given tube feeds. Then again,
what kind of complications would a neonate face at the end of the day? I mean, do they basically eventually grow up to be like, you know, full-term proper babies, or would they have any complications in their later years of life?
It depends on how early they are being born. If they are born around 26 weeks, then they can have some kind of a problem. But if they are close to 37 weeks, then majority of them grow out to be healthy babies.
28 weeks, if they're born at 28 weeks.
Yes.
Would there be complications, or is there like, how long do they have to stay in a neonatal unit?
Again, it depends on so many factors. Now say a baby is born in a center, in a maternity ward where there is a special care baby unit or a neonatal intensive care unit. That baby has a better chance of surviving without any major complications, because the care that is being provided is given then and there. Imagine a baby, now Ledrigi Hospital is a place where they receive babies from all over the country. So how they are being transferred to the center matters quite a lot. So that is why in Western countries, they talk about these neonatal retrieval systems. In our country, still we don't have that facility. Why this is important is that now say a 28-week baby is born, say somewhere in Polonnaruwa, and Polonnaruwa Hospital doesn't have the facilities. So that baby has to be transferred to Ledrigi. So that's a big distance, and these babies are very, very vulnerable to temperature differences, and they lose temperature in no time, and that itself can cause major complications like bleeding into the brain, or their difficulty in breathing getting severe, their blood sugar being coming to very low levels where they
which can cause brain damage. So they can be born healthy, but because of the... Are you trying to tell me, doctor, that at 28 weeks they can be born healthy, but because of the lack of care or whatever, that they can run into complications?
Yeah, the care has to be provided then and there. If there is a delay, then it can matter quite a lot, because it can end up with major sequelae. So that is the difference. So that is why if a mother in a say peripheral hospital detects a mother with some sort of a problem, say she has very high pressure. When mothers develop hypertension during pregnancy, sometimes
it is better for them to come to a
center where say
a base hospital that has...
If the pressure is very high, the only treatment is to remove the fetus from the mother to get the pressure down. Sometimes mothers can develop seizures due to high pressure. So
and that can have an effect on the baby as well.
Yeah, so baby has to be removed. It could be a very preterm baby. So at that time, we consider about the life of the mother than the baby. But with facilities that are available in our hospitals, we do, we can look after them also.
So what are the facilities, doctor? And tell me now, these babies, say for an example, if they're born at 28, and when they basically reach 40 weeks, are they counted from the day that they were born? Like, is it like a 3-month-old baby, or do you go back to the...
Yeah, they do have two, we call it chronological age and the corrected age. Chronological age is the day, from the day they are born, we count the days. Say a 28-weeker, if, after 2 weeks, we call it, chronological age 2 weeks, but the corrected age is only 30 weeks. Because, we add just 2 weeks to the we call it the gestational age. Yeah, so it's the term starts say for a 28-weeker, so up to 40, so 12 weeks early. That's 3 months early. So by age, the ordinary age, it's 3 months old, but for us it's just a term baby, just
a full-term baby at the age of 3 months.
Yes.
Let's take a break. This is interesting. Let's take a break, and after the break, we need to just find out about vaccines, feeding patterns, and the growth rate if the baby is a neonate.